Hi friends, welcome back to the Wonky Carrot Homestead. On today's episode we are going to weed this leek patch. I put this in a little while ago and it's rained just enough to get the weeds growing, and of course I've neglected it, so I'll get all of those out. And also there's another garden that I have been meaning to create just above the potato patch here for some winter crops, so that will also be in today's episode. Let's get going. First job on the agenda is get the weeds out of here. There's a few of these annoying white poplars turning up in the soil here, so from that tree behind me, we're going to have to stay on top of that, otherwise they're just going to come up everywhere. We'll get those out. There's some violets growing over here as well. I'll trim them back, but I might leave them there, and I'll get rid of all of the grasses and other weeds that are coming up in this patch. In this garden, it seems like there's quite a lot of bulbs that have been put around over the years, and so they sort of come up randomly like this. I've got some that I've pulled out already over here. I'll replant those probably up the front. I want to put in a spring bulb garden, so that'll be another time. It's very difficult to see where the actual plants are. The weeds are a bit thick. So because they're leeks, they're just single stems like this. So trying to find them in amongst all of the weeds is a bit of a challenge. So I should probably slow down a bit. Make sure that I don't pull any valuable leeks out of the ground. These leeks actually came from, the seedlings of these leeks came from a local supplier about, I don't know, half an hour away, 20 minutes away or so. And we see them at the local markets quite a lot, and so local farmers markets and produce markets. So they do the seed raising for us because they do a really good job of it, and they're actually surprisingly cheap. So a punnet of seeds, a punnet of seedlings costs only $3, which is super cheap, and compared to like if you go to the local nursery or hardware store and buy things. The other good thing about buying from these people is that they're a local producer, so the seeds have been raised in the local climate, which means that they will probably perform a lot better in their growing, little skink lizard, in their growing than if you were to purchase some seeds from, or some seedlings from, the hardware store, where they might have been raised in greenhouses or 6, 7, 8 hours away, where the climate, the sun, and all those things are very, very different to what they are here. So where we can, we raise our own seeds, but where there are some things that are slightly more challenging, or I generally don't have a whole lot of luck getting to strike, so getting to germinate from seeds, I tend to buy those seedlings in. And when they're cheap, $3 a punnet for six cells, and each cell for those things probably has about 4 or 5 seedlings. You can't go wrong with that. That's a good deal as far as I'm concerned. Okay, that looks like it's more or less done there now. So what I'm going to do is go and grab some compost, and then I will also grab some mulch, put over the top of it. Okay, just close the gate. So Red's already on a march to come over here. So we've got this really beautiful compost from a local supplier recently. Our compost bins aren't anywhere near ready, but we need to get the gardens going. So I've got this stuff. It's a beautiful mix of green manure, what do you call it? Green waste. There's manure in here, and some clean fill soil. It's a really, really nice mix. So adding that to the beds is just going to help it out a bit. This is just straw, just put it around. All right, welcome back. Yesterday I ran out of time. Phoebe was going to work for the overnight shift and it was getting late, so I had to finish it up. Anyway, here is the garden bed that we were working on, and I have some seedlings. So these are broccoli seedlings, and these are red cabbage seedlings. So these came from the supplier nearby that I was talking about when I was doing the leeks. A local supplier. They grow really good seedlings, really healthy, good quality. Yeah, so I'm going to put these into this bed. So Phoebe wants to put peas up the middle. So what I'm going to do is put the broccoli and the cabbages on either side. Now we do have the cabbage moth here, which is a bit annoying. So we'll probably lose some of this crop, but that's fine. We'll just get what we get. Might actually get some water just to help these break up a little bit. They're very dry. So what I do is I go broccoli, cabbage, broccoli. plant them that kind of distance apart. I reckon these broccoli are probably going to come to harvest before the cabbages. Just get that feeling. And this little cell has 3, that's exciting. Probably take the strongest of these 2. So I might break the roots of the other one probably. Right, I've got all of them. I'll put that there. I'll put that there. Okay, now we have purple cabbages. I'll put 2 cabbages up the front. And then I'll put the rest some other place. Put one there. I'll put one there. I'm trying to plant them close because I will be getting cabbage exclusion netting to go over the top to keep the bugs off and the moths off. Now, I'm not naive enough to believe that every single one of these is going to grow. So whatever grows will grow. And that will be that. Alright, give them my water in.